Welcome to our PM International Getting Started workshop. I'd like to start out just by thanking you for sharing some of your time with us tonight. We know that you have choices, and we really appreciate you spending the next 30 to 40 minutes with us. Trust me, it will be a great time investment. I'm Randy Matthews, Director of Sales for the North region for PM International. I'm going to be your host tonight. And our topic is, again, Getting Started Workshop, the 5 success steps to build a stable and lasting business. Basically, this is the core fundamentals of building a successful business at PM International. You know, any business is going to have those core fundamentals that apply. All right, but it doesn't mean they all have to be applied the same way. That's what's going to be unique about this new weekly event, is we're going to showcase a new leader each week, at times in a different language, to highlight how they are executing and applying these fundamentals that are contributing to their success. Okay, so who's going to benefit from a training like this? Let's just say maybe you're a new team partner, really haven't gotten off the ground. You're in the right place. Maybe you've been around for a while, but still don't know what to do. You're in the right place. Maybe you've got a working DMO and it's not producing the results that you want or desire. You're in the right place. Maybe you're a leader that's just looking for a fresh approach to doing your business. You're in the right place, okay? This is going to be the right place to learn how to execute the core fundamentals of our business through these 5 success steps. And we have a very qualified trainer here to share how she's doing just that. She joined in 2018 when she recognized that this was the business that could help lead to a better life for her and her family. And she worked many jobs along the way to get herself into a position so she could make this her full-time endeavor. She's a wife, she's a mom of 2 wonderful kids, and she's an entrepreneur with a global business, all right, with her sights set on President's Team. And again, she's going to highlight and share with you tonight how she's executing these 5 success steps that's going to lead her to where she wants to go in this business. So please welcome from Potomac, Maryland, Vice President Benedetta Manella.
Thank you, Randy, for the wonderful presentation. Hi, everyone. Good night. I mean, it's an honor for me to be here with you tonight and be able to share with you a little bit of my story and my daily DMO with PM International. So some of you already know me, but for those of you who don't know me, let me just introduce myself real quick, even though Randy's presentation was already great. Thank you, Randy. So again, my name is Benedetta. I am 45 years old. I am Italian, so forgive me. My English is not, perfect, but I actually thought I was going to do the presentation in Italian. No, I'm joking. It would be in English. And I left my home country when I was 19 years old. And I've been traveling ever since. And I'm here in Potomac with my family, my husband and my 2 children since 2016. So on September 9th would be 7 years here in Potomac. And I've always loved traveling. And I worked many jobs in the past. And when I had my children, I decided to do something different, be able to stay at home with them, because that was my priority. So I decided to get a diploma as a translator, and I did that for about 8 years until PM International came into my life. And so tonight, I just want to share with you what PM International means to me, how everything started, because when I started, believe me, I knew nothing about this word. And I was lucky enough to find a company that was really able to lead me along the way and to teach me so many things. So I will try tonight to share some of the experience with you. I'm not an expert. I'm a normal person. And I just want to share my story with you because probably some of the things I learned along the way could be useful for you guys. And I also want to stress out that there is not one specific way to do this job. There are multiple ways, and then there is your way. And you build up your way while growing in this business. And it's like a dress that you tailor according to your perfect fit. So this is what happened to me. I mean, this is my before and after. So PM International came into my life, like Randy said, in 2018. Before I was introduced to these products, I was not in a good place. You can see the picture on the left was right before I started on the Optimal Set. That was the first product I tried. I was 37 years old. And in the picture to the right, I was 43, and today I'm 45. And it's not just about the look, it's about the light. It's about the energy, it's about the enthusiasm. Because when I started the product, something inside of me started working again. And that's where I got where I took the decision to share this with other people, because I felt so great that I really wanted to share this with anybody who would be willing to listen to me. So what does PM International mean? For me, PM International means family and community. I'm a foreigner in a foreign country. And honestly, I found a family abroad. I met so many wonderful people, leaders. Everybody in PM made me feel welcome, made me feel a part of a family. And it's amazing that you can go anywhere in the world and PM is there, because we're present in over 43 countries worldwide. And that is really, really amazing to be able to connect with so many people all over the world without boundaries. PM International also means lifestyle and flexibility, because when I wasn't feeling well, when I wasn't working 100%, I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to travel. I didn't want to do anything. I was just translating behind my computer, and I felt comfortable in my little bubble, but it wasn't me 100%. But when I started feeling better, the energy, and liking what I would see in the mirror, that's when something else opened up for me, and a completely different lifestyle. I started traveling, I started going back to the gym, and the flexibility I can have as a mother, for me, it's really, really important to be able to stay with my kids and take care of them. And at the same time, like you can see in this next slide, being a mom and a professional, because some of you who are parents know that having kids, it's pretty hectic. And you want to be there for them. And sometimes when you work and you really care about your job, you need to put your kids on the side. Thanks to PM International, my kids are a part of it. We travel together, we go to events together, I take them to workshops, and they experience the FitLine experience totally. So for me, it's really, really important. And not only that, they are growing with wellness in mind. They know how important it is to be well, to get the right nutrition. And this means the world to me as a parent as well. So let's dive in. This is a little bit of my story. Let's dive in more in depth to the aspect of tonight. So I want to talk to you about your story, because honestly, we are storytellers. Like Randy likes to say, facts sell, and facts tell and stories sell. So we need to convey our stories, because people normally make decisions based on logic and emotions. So if you tell your story, you're going to fulfill both things together, because your story is real. It's what you went through. It's what you experienced. So it's very, very important to share that with the people who are willing to listen. And here you can see a guideline on how to create a story. It's always very important when you create a testimonial to talk about your background. And then, because when you tell your background, like your age, where you come from, people can relate to you. And when they relate to you, they open up and they're willing to listen. It's like opening a door. And then you want to mention the problem. How was your life before FitLine, before the products? The solution, what happened to you since you've been taking the products? What changed? And then the emotion. So you see, you're going to fulfill both the logic part and the emotional part, because of course there is a value behind you feeling better. The energy, like I told you before in my story, feeling better, liking myself more, feeling the energy made me go back to the gym, made me travel again, willing to travel, to explore the world. And that is a great value for me. And people who are listening to that, they might relate, because this is something they might be willing to get. And they might open up and say, yes, I want this as well. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I want to feel better. I want to have a stronger immune system. I want to be able to work out again. I want to be able to follow my grandkids, to have the energy to run around and stay with them and spend time with them. So this is how you create your product testimonial. And also, you can also say, okay, I want to create a testimonial for the business. How do you create the testimonial for the business? It's the same thing. Again, your background. Why were you excited to share Fitline with other people? I will give you an example in a few seconds. I just want to go through those few guidelines for you to have a better idea on how to build your testimonial around those guidelines. You were attracted to the business because why the business made sense to you. What changed in your life after you started the business? Again, what is the value behind it? And what is your vision for yourself and for your family? Because people want to dream again. So this is your time to let them dream through your story. And the emotional part is very, very important, because people are stuck in their problems, in their everyday life, everyday stress. But you can stand out and let them dream again by giving them another option. So the option, the tool is PM, is Fitline. But what I do normally, and again, this is the way I do it. It doesn't mean it has to be done like that, but this is something that maybe could be useful to you. What I like to do, I like to combine the product testimonial and the business testimonial together. And I will show you how in a second. Because what I realized throughout my experience, which has been, I've been with PM with 5.5 years now, is that sometimes if you only talk about the product, they might not be interested in the product, but they might be interested in the extra earning, in the business opportunity. And if you don't tell them that they can have that as well, they might say no to the product, and that's it. Same thing with the business. They might be interested in the product and you're only talking to them about the business. So I like to combine the testimonial and give them the option. So for example, I can say, and something else very important, when you create your testimonial, we all know, I don't know if you're just starting the business now or if you're more experienced, but if you're more experienced, you know that many times the objections are always the same, like I don't have time, and things like that. So if you can anticipate the objection in your story, that is very valuable. I'll give you an example. Randy, I am 45 years old. I am a full-time mom. Like, since I had my kids, I've been taking care of them all day by myself. And I've always been looking for something that could give me the opportunity to feel better, because I was not in a good place 5 years ago. And at the same time, to have more flexibility in terms of taking care of them, spending more time with them. And then 5 years ago, a friend of mine from Italy reached out to me, and she knew I was going through a rough time. And she said, listen, and I quote, you need to try these products. You need to give me the benefit of the doubt, and you need to do it now, because this is not you anymore. And I said, I mean, yeah, it made sense to me, but I wasn't sure because I tried so many things before, nothing had worked. So the first thing I said was no. But she was consistent. We were friends, so we were talking to each other. And then one day she said to me, you need to trust these products, because I am the product of the product. You can see the difference on me, and they're German products. So something clicked. when she said German products, I don't know why, something clicked. I know I trust German products. It made sense to me. And I said, you know what? I give it a try. And then as soon as I started the products, I was blown away by the results. I actually wanted to prove her wrong, but it was the opposite. I was totally blown away. The first night I slept like a baby. And after that, people started asking me, what are you doing? What have you been using? You are different. What happened to you? And just like that, by sharing what I was using, and I started with the optimal set, I was able the very first month, not only to get my product for free, but I managed to get $180. I still remember that, when I did $180 on the side. And with that, I went and I registered my daughter for gymnastics. And believe me, I live in the US, and coming from Italy, it's very, very expensive. Gymnastics, piano lessons, things like that. So I kept postponing. She was dying to do it. And I was finally able to do that for her. And I still remember her eyes. She had tears in her eyes saying, Mom, you did this for me? And I said, yes, I could do this. So after that, I said, you know what? This is exactly what I want to do. So this is a testimonial that combines both the product and the business. Of course, you need to convey your testimonial according to the person you have in front of you. Because if I have a mom in front of me who is a full-time mom, of course, what I'm telling her makes sense. If I have a professional, I will have to talk about something else. But it's important to understand the person you have in front of you and use the enthusiasm and anticipate the objections. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's your story. It's really what sells. Now, where do we find the people we talk to? Okay, so for me, I have to be honest with you. At the beginning, I didn't want to use a contact list. I didn't want to create a list. But eventually, I decided to do it, and it really works. Because when you learn things from people who are leaders and they're giving you some advice and they are where they are, it's because they went through the same path and they recognize that, you know, certain things are the right tools to use. So create a name list is very, very important. You can even create a separate one, the product list and the business list. So you can create a list of people that you think might benefit from the product. And it's really, really important to write on the side, why do you think these people could benefit from the product? Focus on the person when you write down the name, and think about what they need and why they need it. Because this will help you when you actually call them and tell them. Same thing for the business. Write on the side next to the name why you think they might benefit from the business opportunity, because that is very, very important. Remember the word Sinaloa, which stands for security in numbers and law of averages. Because working on numbers will make the difference for you. I'll give you an example. If I'm a very experienced person and I'm able to talk to 10 people and get 9 people to say yes to me, and then, for example, you are just starting out now and you talk to 10 people and 2 people tell you yes. But if we do the same thing in 1 month time, and you are less experienced and you talk to 100 people, and I only talk to 10 people within a month, I will close 9 people. You will close 20 people. So that is why working on numbers is very important. It's not a matter of experience, it's a matter of numbers. So the more people you talk to, the more opportunities you have to actually get the results you're looking for. And my advice to you is to set a number of people every day that you want to talk to, because consistency is the key. It's more important to decide the number of people you want to talk about every day and stick to it than changing every day. I don't know why, but it works. So let's say you decide to talk to 5 people every day. So talk about PM International or the product or the business to 5 different people every day. So what really helped me at the beginning was to get, because it's nice to have fun while you do it. We need to have fun because we transfer these emotions to the people we talk to. People understand we're having fun. So have fun with it, play with it. So let's say you put 5 coins. I used to put 5 coins in my right pocket. Okay, and then every time I talk to a different person, I would move 1 coin from the right pocket to the left pocket. And then when the right pocket was empty, I knew I did my job for the day. I spoke to 5 people. So that could be, something nice to use if you want to use it. So where do you find the people you're going to talk to? It can be family, it can be friends, it can be work associates, it can be on social media. Again, it doesn't matter if they're family, friends, or people on social media. It's important that you write the why. Why are you thinking about the person? Because it will really convey the right message to them if you know why you're talking to them. So after you have your list, it's time to make a contact. And the purpose of the contact is to schedule the appointment. Now, there is a big difference between the contact and the appointment. During the contact, you don't want to tell them everything about the company, about the product, about the marketing plan. You want to just create curiosity. Okay, this is all you have to do. And if I can give you some advice, instead of texting or sending them a written message, send them a voice message. Because through the voice message, you make it more real and you transfer the emotions to that person. It will open up the door for you. So since you're sending a voice message, another advice I can give you is before making the contact, stop for a second and think why you're doing this. Why did you decide to do this business? Go back to your why. Build up the emotion in your heart, because this is exactly where you're going to transfer to the person when you send the voice message. And don't worry about being perfect. There is no such a thing as perfect. Just send it through your heart and it will be perfect, because people want real and they feel it through your voice. So again, you have to create curiosity. So I'll give you an example of a message. Let's say sending a message. I decided to contact one of my classmates and I haven't talked to this person for a long time. And I'm just sending a message and I'm saying, "Hi, Randy, how are you? I know we haven't talked to each other for a long time, but I don't know why. Lately, I've been thinking about you so much. I just decided to send you a message today because otherwise I keep postponing. Listen, I have something great I want to talk to you about. Now, I don't know what your schedule is, how busy you are during the week, but do you think you have time next week on Tuesday or Wednesday in the afternoon?" That's it. You don't have to say anything else. But what is going to talk for you is your tone of voice. So another advice I can give you, if you send a message lying down on the couch, is not going to be as effective as if you have a different posture, okay? Because you're going to hear that from your tone of voice. So, for example, in Wall Street, people work standing. They stand, they move. So they have a different energy. Instead of sending a message from your bed, for example, is not going to be as effective. So posture is very important. Your body language is very important. So create curiosity and give them 2 options. If they come back to you and they say, "Oh, hi, Benedetta. Wow, it's so nice to hear from you after so long. What did you want to talk to me about?" You still don't tell them anything. You say, I know we haven't talked to each other for a while. We have a lot to talk about, which is why I really want to have some time with you. And I will tell you everything when we talk. So again, when are you available? On Tuesday afternoon or Thursday in the morning? They will move their focus from asking you what they want to know to the two options you're giving them. And they will tell you, okay, you know what? Let's talk on Tuesday afternoon. So again, this is the contact. And the contact purpose is to schedule the appointment. You don't want to tell them anything. You have to create curiosity. And now it's time for the appointment. Now, either it's in person or it's through, Zoom call or WhatsApp call. It doesn't matter. If it's through Zoom call, for example, what I can advise you to do, if it's not in person, try to do a video call. Because video call will give you more power. You need to be in control of the appointment. And if you see the person in front of you, you can read the body language, because whatever we say is 10% words, 90% body language. And please remember that the person in front of you will have an idea, will make an idea of you in the first 4 seconds. How? By your tone of voice and your body posture, your physiology. So when you talk to them, when you get to the appointment, again, whether it's live in person, whether it's on Zoom, you need to show your enthusiasm. You need to show how strong you are about what you're about to tell them. Okay, so if I go to an appointment to say, hi, Randy, how are you? Today I wanted to talk to you about something that it's really dear to me. So this is one tone of voice. And already 4 seconds have gone through, and I think Randy is not too enthusiastic. It's already thinking, why did I give her this appointment? But if I go to the appointment in a different way, hi, Randy, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I promise you, you won't be disappointed. This is already different. It doesn't matter what I say, it's how I say it. Okay, so again, if you can have a conversation on Zoom and you can see the person, because having a video call, it's also important to see if the person is with you. When you talk and you see that the person is getting distracted, it means that whatever you're saying, you're losing the person, and you can see it on video. So you change topic, or you change the tone of voice, or you call them by name to get back their attention. Okay. And of course, you will go to the appointment with your demo bag. Sorry, I left it downstairs. I forgot to, it's right behind the door, because whenever I go, I never leave without my demo bag. But you will go to the appointment with your demo bag, and you know that you have. The reason why we get the demo bag with the 2 glasses, 1 spoon, and the water bottle is because the demo bag is done to share the experience with the people in front of us. So when you go to the appointment, what you do, you do a small talk for the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But right after that, you can break the ice with 1 sentence. Maybe you want to use it, maybe you don't. But people don't expect this question. Why are you here today? And then silence. Let them talk. I know it sounds a weird question, but you want to know why they said yes to this. And let them talk. This is a great icebreaker, believe me, because they will feel like, oh, okay, I have to say something. And they will start talking. And people, they crave for attention. We don't listen anymore. We don't care about each other anymore. So if you want to stand out, this is the time for you to care, to listen. Also, because whatever you are asking, all the questions you're asking, will give you all the information you need to lead the call or lead the meeting. You need to find out the why and give them the how. But you won't be able to give them the how if you don't know the why. So you need to ask questions. And by asking questions, you will help them. They will feel listened to, they will feel cared. And at the same time, you will have the right tools to handle objections along the way. But please remember that people make decisions because they want to escape from pain or because they want to go towards pleasure. This is a principle by Sigmund Freud. So if you find out the pain, the why and the pain, you have the solution in your hand and you can give it to them. So please remember, it's more important that you listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth because we have to listen double. And if you listen, because when you talk too much, you might give them more information, more tools to then come up with objections. And you don't want that to happen. So once you find out the why and you have all the information you need to give them the solution, then you do the call to action. Okay, perfect. How do you want to start today? Do you want to start as a customer? Or do you want to start as a team partner? You give them 2 options. At this point, they might come up with objections. But can I think about it? Or I actually would like to talk to my husband or my cat or my dog, whatever. I want to tell you something today. Objections, 99.9% of the time, are smoke in your eyes. They're not real. It's just a nice way for them to say, no, you know what? Because they will never come to you and say, listen, I don't trust you. Salvador, I don't really trust you. I don't trust what you're telling me. They will never say that to you. So they prefer to say, can I think about it? So once you know that what they're telling you is not real, and once you have in your hands their why, their pain, that's how you handle your objections. The first thing you need to do, never fight with the person, with your prospect about their objection. You need to dance with them, not fight with them. So what you say, the first thing you say, I totally understand you, Salvador. It was exactly the same reaction I had the first time my friend told me about the products. But what happened to me was that I could finally get the energy I needed to take care of my children. And after that, I was able to find a way to be a mom and a professional at the same time. So you go back to their pain. And you move their focus from the objection to the solution. Because if a friend of yours comes to you and they tell you a lie and you know it's a lie, it's not going to impact you. So it's the same thing. Objections are just smoke in your eyes. If they come to you with objections, you need to go back to the why. You need to go back to their pain. And you won't be able to do so if you don't ask questions before. So this is why questions are so important. Now, so like we said before, we give them 2 options, but honestly, there are 3 ways to start. So it's always very important to give them options. We all know that they can start as a customer, full price. They can start as a team partner with the 20% discount, or they can start bigger with better saving with 30% discount and more product, and already a great start for their business. So give them the option. But even if they start as a customer, if you do the right follow-up, I can tell you that the best team partner is the happiest customer. So I don't know if Lillian is here, but for example, Lillian is one of my team partner, now is one of my best friends. She started as a customer and she was super happy. And she started talking to everybody. And one day I told her, I said, listen, Lillian, why don't you think about the business? Why don't you start the business? And she said, well, I don't have time. I don't know how to do this. And I told her, but you're already doing it. You're talking to everybody. And actually people are coming to you asking what happened to you, what changed in you. So you're already doing it. And she said, really? Am I doing it already? Yes, of course. It's as simple as that. So now Lillian is my, it's a marketing manager and she's going towards the IMM and we go to every event together. So if you do the follow-up, if you follow your customers, I mean, even if they start as customers, they can be the best team partner in your organization. And another thing I want to tell you today, it's about yourself, how you show yourself out there. It could be in person, it could be on social media. What I want to tell you is that people choose you. We are a door opener. We are the product of the product. And the best part of this job is about creating connections. I love being able to get to know more people also on social media. I start conversation with people on social media. And believe me, they see me on social media. And even if I don't talk about PM or Fitline, they ask me, what are you drinking? Because they see me drinking my optimal set in the morning, my power cocktail in the morning, my restaurant at night, or they ask me, where do you get all this energy? This is a great conversation starter. I didn't talk about it. They come to me and they ask me, even people I don't know, because they see me, the energy, they trust me, and that's how everything starts. So it's not about the product comes after. You need to show yourself. This is why we have this great tool, which is use, talk, demo. That is the key. Use the product, you talk about it, and you demonstrate through your experience, through your results, through yourself and your light. And people will trust you, and once they trust you, they will trust whatever you give them. And of course, this is one of the best part for me, because you will see the logo I've created later, but for me, creating my tribe was the best part of this business. I started by alone. It was only me. And then along the way, I found like-minded people that decided to join me in this path. And so for me, PM International really means having a worldwide tribe with like-minded people who really want to share, have a generous heart to share wellness all around the world. And this is thanks to PM. So it's very important that even if you're starting out now, don't be afraid to share the opportunity with other people. Even if you're still not experiencing the results right away, the business results, don't be afraid, because PM International really give us amazing tools to help us grow with our team members. We grow together. This is how I grew up. We have a wonderful training. Tonight is one example of training, but there are so many other trainings. For example, on Saturday, we have the product training, which is amazing, by Dr. Kuhne. We have so many training opportunities. So the company really helps us build our tribe, build our team. We have the sponsor competition. For example, this t-shirt, it's something that I won just by talking to people about the business. Everybody can win this. And I believe maybe today or tomorrow, I don't know when, but they will tell you it would be the raffle, and they will tell us the winners, because there are also other prizes that we can win thanks to the sponsor competition. There are team incentives, the travel incentives. There are people in Croatia right now who are celebrating with the PM family. There is the BMW car program, and then there are events. Thank you, Tonette, for the link. So I got my ticket a while back as soon as I saw the link. So if you didn't get your ticket, do so, because it's very, very important to attend those meetings, and tell your team members as well, because it's knowledge will help you build up your certainty, and your certainty is what will help you get the trust from the people you're talking to. So events, for example, there is the National Congress in Vegas, which is amazing, for the 60th birthday of Mr. Sorg. So for me, it's really, really important to lead by example. When you have another thing about creating your team, and the reason why you can do it, anybody can do it, is because the only thing you have to do, keep doing what you're doing right now. You don't have to change anything. You just lead by example. Those events, the training, the Congress, the roadshow will help support your team, and you will grow together. Me personally, I like to do weekly meetings with my team. We also have once a week success interviews from people, leaders who are successful, and that is the best way to motivate the team and make them feel that if they can do it, I can do it too. And also I like to celebrate success within the team, because it's very, very important to celebrate everybody that is having success out there in the in other jobs, in the regular jobs. We don't get celebrated. Here we get celebrated, and that's how our motivation comes from. So you see, your tribe is waiting for you. There are people out there that are waiting for you to create your worldwide organization. I never thought 5.5 years ago, if you told me, I wouldn't have believed you that I could create a worldwide international organization. And this is thanks to PM, who gave me this amazing tool. You see, David J. Schwartz says, the size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. So today I want to ask you, what do you believe right now? What do you really believe about yourself, about where you're going, about what you want to share with people? Because once you're strong and centered about your belief, everything else would be so much easier. For me, my future vision is completely different today compared to 5.5 years ago. 5.5 years ago, I thought I was going to be the way you saw me in the first picture, okay? And just translating away, spending time behind the computer, not satisfied with my life. Today, I see a word. I see a word expansion. I see myself at the top of the mountain, enjoying the view. I see myself traveling with my kids. I see myself being able to be on stage, on the PM International stage, and share my story with other people and inspire anybody who is looking for that. The same way I've been inspired by other people. So ask yourself, what do you believe? What is your vision about your future? And share that with other people, because there is a huge need out there of people who want to dream again. And we can do this with PM. We can do it on the health side, and we can do it on the professional side. So I really hope tonight, sorry for my English, it wasn't easy to convey all the information. And I was also very, very emotional. It's not easy. You can do it 1,000 times every time. It's harder, but I was just happy to share what works with me, and hopefully it will work for you as well.
All right. Thanks so much, Benedetta. It's all about growing, right? When you put
Yes.
yourself out front, you're going to grow as a person. So many great nuggets that you can take away and apply to your business. I know I was writing down quite a few things. Just as an example, voice over text, being able to transfer emotion. People don't think about how important that can be. Having a Zoom over a phone call. So going beyond the voice so you can actually observe body language. I mean, how significant is that? And you know how I love your coin story, because I think having non-negotiables where you decide that you're going to talk to a certain number of people every day, and you have a trigger that helps you accomplish that feat. I mean, that's a big step towards success, because I believe that if you set a number, then those people will appear. Whether you have an appointment or not, they will appear, because that's just how the universe works. And if you don't have a number, then guess what? Nobody's going to appear unless you have an appointment. So again, we would like to open it up now for any questions that you may have. I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself. If you have any questions for Benedetta, we'll spend a few minutes here to entertain a few. That's the whole ideal here tonight, is to present, these core fundamentals of our business. This is going to be a weekly event, and we're going to have a great trainer on each week. And note when you see those promotions go out, the language aspect, that's the new designator. You'll see, date, time, and language, because they're not all going to be in English. And I think Benedetta's English is wonderful. It's just as good as mine. She does a great job. But note that in the future. But does anybody have any questions for Benedetta? She did a great job. Or just a takeaway, something you learned tonight.
Randy, I don't know if I'm okay.
Hey,
yes. Hey there. First of all, it looks like my Wi-Fi is acting up a little bit, but either way it goes, phenomenal training tonight. Just amazing. I loved what you said about the overcoming objections, and that's usually a stump for people. So I thought that was good. I think you probably have to click on security on the security button for people to be able to unmute themselves. I tried to do it. I couldn't do it. But if anyone does have anything, you may want to click that.
Okay. It's checked. Unmute. You are unmuted.
Okay. All right. So, yeah.
Can somebody just tell us if it works. Joanna, will you try to unmute yourself if you're there?
Or we have Jenny. Jenny can try to unmute yourself. And then I know Lillian was on the line. You had mentioned Lillian on the training, our workout. Lillian, Santoya, come on.
It looks like we're in a situation where they can't unmute themselves.
Right? Yeah, I think so. Oh, yeah, no, they should be able to unmute themselves.
They should be able to, yes.
Yeah.
Everyone should be able to. But
oh, there's Lillian.
There's Lillian.
Hello.
Hey, all right, it does work.
Hello, guys. Questions? No, I don't have questions. I have the best.
She knows everything. She doesn't.
I don't have question for
You
her.
better don't have questions. No, I'm joking.
I want to just say thank you to Benedetta, my great sponsor. Everything I know so far, I learned from her. And she's so kind and able to answer everything. Even it's at midnight. I know I am so stressed sometimes. I don't have time, guys. I work in the whole day, so it's now. My time is now. They can text her. I can ask her. She's my sponsor all the time. She's there. She's being for me. She will be for me every day. The only thing I can say, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Lillian. Anybody else?
I have a question really quick. My question is, Benedetta, it seems as though you have really built a great team culture. You mentioned in your training about how Lillian was a customer that you converted into a friend, but what kinds of things do you do with your team to really solidify the culture of team working together?
Well, we are all over the place. So Zoom for me, it's an amazing tool, and I will always be grateful to technology because it allowed me to build the team, even though we are geographically in different places. So we do meetings, weekly meetings, one-on-one calls. It depends really on the specific need. So what do I do normally at the beginning of the month? I ask them what they need. And according to that, we build a plan around everybody's need. And we try to do either group calls or individual calls. But something else that really helped was to be able to go to attend events together. That's really something that, you know, I mean, it improves also the friendship, everything. So, because there are so many emotions going on during those events. So being able to go together there, and probably, Lillian, I don't remember, but the first event we met there for the first time.
No.
Oh, you came here the first time. Okay, was with someone else. Anyway, we went to Germany, and with Adele, we met for the first time. So
Yes.
that is, you know, very, very emotional. And that is how we build this connection. I don't know if I answer your question tonight.
A question from my end, Benedetta, and if you mentioned this during your presentation and I missed it, please forgive me, but regarding a contact list, is there a certain number of people that you recommend for someone just starting to develop? Like, how many names should they write down to get started?
Yeah, so I've tried different numbers. And what I can tell people when they start is maybe to start with 3 names, because it's always better to build up. So once you see that you're confident with talking to 3 different people every day, then you can always move to 5, or you can move to 10. Now, please bear in mind that even if you start, I tried for a period of time 10 people, but after they start giving you appointments, you need to be able to do the appointments as well, and the follow-up and everything. So whatever you feel comfortable with, because the most important thing is to have fun, to enjoy it. It doesn't have to be stressful, because otherwise, this is what we transfer to people, our enthusiasm. People want to have fun. You know, they can't believe that working can be fun at the same time. So if you experience that and you're able to transfer it to people, that's your success key there.
And once you get to 10 people a day, of course, you're in Rolf Zorgland there. So,
but I did it. I did it.
How many names, though, if you got a brand new person and they're doing a contact list, do you give them a certain number of names to just write down, or you just start with, we're going to talk
the very first time they can do brainstorming, and they can write down whatever, you know, all the numbers that they can come up with. And if you want to have more numbers, there was a game that I used to play. Let's say, for example, you write down the name Maria, and then you think, how many Maria do I know? And then you write down the other people, and then, okay, Maria is blonde. How many blonde people do I know? Maria lives in New Jersey. How many people do I know in New Jersey? And then you keep going. So that's a good exercise. And then, you know, every day you decide how many, but you can go on and on and on endlessly.
Very good. Does anybody else have any questions? I know for those of you on the East Coast, it's getting a bit late.
If you're still awake, hopefully.
All right. Well, if not, we're going to close down the call. Again, we thank you for your time. We so appreciate it. And I know you found this very valuable. This was a great investment of time. Again, thank you so much, Benedetta. Great job sharing those success steps. And again, she mentioned the Product Academy this Saturday, 11 o'clock Eastern. Dr. Tobias Kuna is going to be with us all morning. So you get to do a deep dive of product learning. There's a free gift involved. If you haven't registered, please do so. You know, those specials may already be there waiting for you. So go check them out. All right. So again, thanks for being here, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.